Thank you. Thank you very much. Hi, everybody. Thank you for having me here. Happy to share with you about my leadership philosophy and my career journey. So I'm going to share my deck here. Can you see?
Can everyone go on mute?
Yes, we can see.
Okay, great. Great. So a little bit about me. I just recently joined Amazon, but I have experience across many industries and worked in various business units. So I'm able to the course of, almost 30 years, about 30 years, 360 views of companies and how they run. So here my career journey started post-graduating, Chevron, right? Going through Symantec, Microsoft, Walmart, Yahoo, Uber, Nextdoor, then Amazon. So a view from the world of information technology, a view through finance, operations, media search, retail, platforms and products, small businesses, public agencies, and now logistics. And I'll share about these journeys as we move along.
My quick check, we're getting some interference on the sound front and asked everyone else to stay on mute. I'm not sure if it's your mic.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay, thank you. Yeah, let me make sure everything's kind of quiet. Okay. Okay. So let me talk to you a bit about my leadership style. This is something I've honed over the years and something that I share whenever I have new leaders, new organizations, new sites that I lead. And what it does is it informs people on how to work with me, how I lead, what I aspire to be, what I expect from my team and my people, and the culture of how we work together. So my personal philosophy on how I lead organization, some of the things I think about is your title, right, makes you a manager, but the people will decide if you're a leader. Right? Leadership is about team building and aspiring a group of people to come together with different strengths and experiences, and then you empower them. I always, being a competitive person and a sports person, I always do a lot of examples around soccer, right? I try to build a team of domain expertise and over time providing opportunities so they can grow into other roles. So we always have A bench, B bench, and C benches, which is usually your interns and new college grads. Leadership is not about just putting greatness into people and developing them, but also recognizing that they already have much of these skill sets and you're going to develop it and open up opportunities and possibilities. So providing them challenges and creating an environment where they can thrive. Attributes that I try to aspire and role model is integrity, a principle-based type of a leader, to say what I mean and mean what I say. Right? So my words and my actions, right, are synonymous. Humility, right? We don't know it all and we're not perfect. And every opportunity, whenever I fall short, it's an opportunity to learn. And every day is a chance to be a better person, a better leader, and a better version of myself. I am a huge believer of teamwork, right? That a player makes the team great, and that's far more valuable than simply being just a great player. When you have your team, your organization, right, is working towards a greater cause than itself or its individual, right, we can create a lot of fantastic innovation possibilities and durable impact and outcome. I always have this theme of togetherness. So regardless of who you report to, your job title, your function, or your location, we all come together to achieve something, to build something, to aspire to something. So what do I expect from my team and my organization? Be a learner, because champions adjust. I encourage everyone to be the best version of themselves each and every day. Be true to who you are and play to your strengths. Be committed, right, to win, to seize every opportunity, to energize, educate, empower, and be biased towards action. Be accountable, individually as well as collectively, as a team, as an organization, to own our outcome. If you ignore a situation that needs correcting, what you've done is you just established a new bar for yourself and for the team. Don't just identify problems and point them out, but offer potential solutions. Lean into difficult problems because they're not going to go away. So commit to improving yourself beyond the challenges of today. So things that I strive to eliminate in our environment, the culture. For me, failing to prepare. If you show up to a meeting lacking context, understanding of the situation, lack of preparedness, facts, alternatives, right? You're actually slowing down the pace of your team and prevent you from actively contributing. Failing to dissent early, harboring a differences of opinion and not offering it for discussion and debate, right? It minimizes the quality of the outcome that we could have had and diminishes the effectiveness of how we can execute and deliver. And if the decision does go the other way, right, you have to be willing to disagree and commit. Failing to play for a greater cause than oneself. The team's only as strong as each individual. And the quality of the outcome, right, is all of us coming together. There's no MVP in a losing team. So the team's success is measured on each of our individual contribution. Okay. So how did I get to where I am at? What was my career journey like? And how did I choose some of the companies and the roles that I took on? Well, a lot of it is serendipity. A lot of it is just due to my prior managers, due to career goals or career aspiration. Early in my career, one of my skip level managers says, who do you want to be someday? A CFO, a COO, a CIO, or a CTO? And it's not something I had thought about. And I said, oh, I'm not really sure. Let me think about that. They were asking me this question to figure out where I wanted to go so they can groom me and grow me in that direction. And many of the other things that happened in my career journey is my mentors helping me to see the possibilities of what I can be, where I can go, and what the possibilities can be. And so over time, main learnings for me is be open, listen, be curious, and explore the possibilities. Take time to look around you through various lenses of what you can do and where you can go. Some of the things that when I look back, what have I done? I spend a lot of time reading blogs, reading books, reading articles, reading decks and docs and PowerPoints and what have you, just to understand what is this job, what is that role, what is that company like, what is that industry like? And then I also look to see, well, what does it require? And then what skill set do I have? What are the gaps? What do I need to learn to how to close that gap? I also spend time doing research, talking to people. I have kids, and with being, a parent, you end up going to a lot of sports and soccer game. You sit on the bench for swim lessons. So one of the things I do is I network. I always ask people around me whenever I meet them, hi, how are you? Here's me, here's what I do. What do you do? What is it like to work at that company? What exactly is that job? What do you really do in that job? And what is it like? So I explore, although many times I have no intention of becoming a lawyer or a marketer, but that's not the point. The point is to learn about their work, their role, their industry, their function, and to see what it's like to be in their shoes. So asking a lot of questions and networking to explore and to always be open to learning. One of the other things, when I think about some of the roles that I take or I've taken, is I went for it. I wasn't quite sure what the role was, what the job was really like. I did the best that I could in researching. I did the best that I could in talking to people. But at the end of the day, I took a deep breath and I went for it. In my career, I rose from individual contributor to manager and back to individual contributor and back to management 5 times. I went back and forth. And in each of these 5 times, it was about, for me, exploring something new. Like, for instance, after I left Symantec as a senior director, I thought, well, what's next for me? And Microsoft called and said, how about exploring this role? And I was like, I don't know about that. I had no idea what program management was. I had no idea what the job was really like, what it really required. I talked to a lot of people, talked to my mentors, and it was an individual contributor role. After many years of people management, I thought about it and I said, well, this is as much as I know. Let me go give it a try. Microsoft's a really good company, a lot of opportunities. Let me go see what the job is. I took it and just went for it and learned as I went. And I did a lot of reading, a lot of learning. And along the way, I realized, the job needed my peers, the job needed knowledge of Six Sigma. So I looked it up. What is Six Sigma? Microsoft provided training. I said, okay, let me go for the green belt. Let me go study this thing, take the test, do the projects, get certification. And then I thought, to do really good in this career, I actually needed the black belt. And so I talked to my manager, should I go for it? He said, of course you should. Your peers all have black belts. So I said, okay, well, I need a project to get that certification. I need some class, I need some training. Spent a year doing that and got my black belt. So you'll be surprised at what you find when you take a chance. One of the other things I always try to remind people is these things. Relax. Spend the time to retrospect, re-energize, reflect, and recalibrate. After many years of working, I realized that, I needed a break. I needed balance in my life. You can't just work. You have to sit back and retrospect. How was the year? What have you done? What next year is looking like? Christmas break for me is during the time I retrospect. I do this every year, only once a year. I sit back and said, as I celebrate the holidays, so how was my year? What were the ups and downs? How was it like for me? How was the job? How was my roadmap? How was my team? And then I look at next year, because usually at the end of the year, you've already done goals and commitments for the following year in January. So I said, okay, what's next year like? What's going to be hard about next year? What's going to be challenging? What does my roadmap look like? How's my team feeling? What do I think I'm going to want to do? And I tend to also take not just this time, but to also re-energize. So I do, besides doing a lot of reflecting, I take a lot of breaks along the way, do whatever it is that makes you happy, mentally separate, emotionally separate, and really reflect upon where are you going and where do you want to go and how fast are you getting there and how fast do you want to go? And then you recalibrate. Is this a job for me? Is it time to look and explore a new possibilities? And that doesn't mean you have to leave your company. It could be, moving within the company, moving to the role, moving to the different products. You kind of think about that. And then you just go for it.